So, but yeah,
Hello, people.
hello, peoples. Hello, hello. Yeah, it's 16 by 30, very uncommon size, pain to get. I buy as many as I can when I usually see them, 3 or 4 at least, because I change it every month.
Right. Yeah, we buy them by the box.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, usually they don't have a box. So, but, and I'll have to see if I can find anybody that will deliver them.
Right.
So, um, if I can't get them, if he can't get them at the store today. So, but
Um,
he had to go back to get all that lumber. Hi, Mindy.
Hi, Mindy. We're glad you're here.
We sure are.
I was
I did
thinking
not.
about making some of these pages white,
Mm-hmm.
but the more I look at my stuff, I don't really have anything that has to be on a white page, and nothing else is white. Everything else is kind of off white. So I think I'm going to go ahead and off white these.
Yeah.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
I would. I would. I got all the red around and did all my homework as far as that goes, but I did not get all the edges done. So I'm going to be having to do some of that. Um,
Well, you did more than me. I haven't touched it since since we quit last.
well, I didn't do much. I really wanted to get all of this done, and I didn't get that done. So I may just get as much as I can and set it back and do something else. I've got other things I want to do, so it's a lot more fun to watch me do make things than it is to watch me edge stuff. Hi, Joy
I
and
agree with that.
John and
Hi,
Nancy. You
Nancy.
agree
Hi,
with that?
Dawn.
You agree with that? That watching me edge stuff is just kind of boring?
Well, I think other things are more exciting.
Yeah. I
I like edging things, and so it doesn't bore me to watch you do it. But I think other things are more exciting. Not what I'm fixing to be doing is not more exciting. So I'm glad you're going to have something more exciting. I'm going to be mixing 3 kinds of cream colored paint onto this.
Aha. Okay. 3 kinds of cream color paint. Hi, Joyce and Candy.
My
I got these
three
pockets ready.
examples of what I'm calling unbleached titanium. Only one of
Uh-huh.
them has that name, but the others are warmer versions of it.
Of it.
Uh,
Okay.
So they're one of them actually even looks white on the camera, but it's not.
Okay.
Anyway, those 3 right there. Whew. Hi, Candy. Hi, Joyce. Joan, Nancy, Joy,
Mindy?
Mindy. We're glad you're all here.
Yep. We're glad everybody's here. Um, we're going to tell everybody this a few times, but the confusion of last night when we neither one knew which week it was and who was supposed to host, we have decided to fix that problem. Starting next week, now we will be here on Lisa's channel on Thursday, but starting next week on Tuesdays, we will be at my channel, and on Thursdays, we will be at Lisa's channel. That way we can fix that little problem.
And at least we can keep it straight. Y'all
Yes,
probably can do better than us, but
yeah. Because we were so confused last night, we couldn't remember who was supposed to host today. So. I hope everybody's doing okay today. My good friend Cindy Bell, I don't know if y'all know her, but she's in our community. She doesn't come to live streams very much. Um, she just doesn't enjoy them as much as she enjoys videos and stuff. Anyways, I met her because she used to have a house down here, and she's in Illinois, and she's been in the hospital with that nasty COVID stuff,
oh
and
goodness.
she's home and doing pretty good.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Yeah, especially since her immune system is extremely compromised. Is that
Surprised.
word?
Yeah.
Yeah, compromised. Um, she's had a year. Poor girl went home last spring to Illinois, and ran over her own leg.
Oh my goodness, how do you do that?
Yep, her little puppy dog. Hi, Jackie. Um, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. What she
We're
did
glad to see you.
was she jumped out of the van, like a little minivan,
Uh-huh.
out of the farm. The dog had taken off across the cornfield. There were um, combines and stuff in the field. She didn't want the dog in the field. She jumped out of the van to catch the dog, slid in the mud, slid under the tire, and had forgotten to put the car in park.
Oh, goodness gracious.
What's really bad is that nobody could. Nobody was there. She couldn't get up. She couldn't get out. She was stuck. Luckily, her brother-in-law came along, called her husband, and of course they got her out and rushed her to the hospital and all that stuff. But she's just not had a very good year.
Oh man, yeah.
So
She's gonna be glad
when COVID and in
when
2020 is
2020
over.
goes away.
Yep, yep.
I can't
So,
remember if Hannah said it was something that she dreamed or something she heard or what, but that Christmas came and went, and then it kept being December 22nd, and it never would turn 2021.
yes, okay. Well, it's kind of like Groundhog's Day. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Nashua and Janice and
Lisa.
Lisa. Nashua, Janice, and Lisa. I found it just as Glad you're all here. These pockets I had gotten ready the other day, so I'm just putting them on there, and then I'll go back and do a little stitch around them later.
I'm painting over the the plaster stuff.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Hi, Barbara and Sherry.
Hi, ladies. Glad you're here.
Oh, I have to tell you, I was in Walmart this morning. I sent Jeff to get a toaster because his toaster is his toaster in the house just went dead. It was just, one of those things that's gone. And so I sent him to get a toaster while I was getting other stuff. And he comes back with one hand behind his back and the toaster, and he's telling me about the toaster doesn't have as many things, and thought he would take the camper one and keep it in the house and put this one in the camper, blah 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 blah. And he's got something behind his back, and I know he's got something behind his back. So I'm like, okay, so but what's behind your back? And he said, well, this is kind of expensive, but there's 3 of them, so you could send one to Lisa. Okay, so they had these felt pot rest things, and by kind of expensive, they wanted $10 for 3 of them, and it was kind of cute, but it wasn't. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It did this.
It might have been cute at $1, but not at 10.
Yeah, but not a 10, it was like this. But, and it was that felt stuff. And then it had tiny little butterflies cut out of it. And it just, at $10, at $1, I'd have bought it. At $3 or $4, I'd have bought it and shared. But at 10, it just, I don't know. I had this feeling that it, was not going to ever be anything that I really, really liked.
Yeah. Well,
because
I'm
the
proud of you
butterflies
for saying no.
butterflies were holes, and
Yeah.
and but he's got it behind his back because it's so he thought maybe I could use it for my jelly plate. He's so sweet. That
He is.
man is just such a cutie. Okay, so last week, I don't know, Violet may not be here yet, but that's okay. Last week, I was trying to get some stamping, but I didn't want it to show. And yes, it was for felt, Lisa. I agree. And hello, Lisa. Um,
Hey, two Lisas in the
in
chat.
the
We're
house,
glad y'all
yeah.
are both here.
Um, it was that thick felt. Like Lisa has one that's leaves. It's like it was a hot pad, so it was pretty thick felt, but it was still felt. So
Yeah, I paid a whole
anyway,
dollar for my leaves.
yeah. See, that's the thing. I was like, um, I was somewhere the other day. Oh, actually, it was. Wait a minute. Was it in Lowe's? That may be why I didn't buy it. They had a really pretty snowflake one, and it was a table runner. It could have been cut, but I think it was like $30. And I figure if they have a pretty one at Lowe's, after Christmas they'll be, really seriously discounted, and I'll be a lot happier with it.
Yeah.
Okay, so where is that gigantic thing? Oh, there it is. Anyhow, I wasn't getting what I wanted as far as a nice, discreet stamp. So I decided I would try the thing that's supposed to be nice and discreet. This may not be any good anymore, but that's what we're going to find out. Doesn't look like I stamped anything on there. Oh, it is there. Huh.
Well, it's very discreet.
Yeah, it's a little too discreet.
Hi, Gail.
Oh, I might need to get my my rubber mat out. I don't know if you can even see it. Let's see if it does it. Yeah, see, you can see it better on there. But I may need to ink the stamp pad, and I may need to get my rubber thing out. Yes, hello, Gail. She said hello to Colleen, and
I don't see Colleen.
yes, but if Colleen, if you've come in and we've missed you, hello.
Yeah. Yes,
Yes, Barbara.
Barbara. Go ahead.
Lovely art is Lisa. Sorry. Okay. I am going to go and get my little red thing. Somewhere I have a little red
I think I like the amount of color. Y'all can't really see it, but there's a mixture of three colors on there so that it's not a solid color. I think that looks good with the texture of the
So you're getting color and texture.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the texture, is kind of built into the plaster, but it enhances it to have the colors kind of overlapping each other, and one color went down in and one color's on top, and it gives it some more depth. I think I like that. I'm going to mute for a minute and try this.
Okay. I'm going to try a different stamp. It might just be that that stamp is just not going to. Not going to make me happy. Let's see. We want to keep Santa Claus right side up, don't we? That's still not really what I want. Might be on something else, but so maybe I just need to. It's cool on the darker paper. It shows. On this, it doesn't hardly show. So we'll have to see what it'll look like on other things.
What color is it you're using?
This is no color. This is a watermark.
Oh,
It's called Versamark.
yeah.
And so on the brown paper, what it does is it's just damp, and so it shows and stays inky, and so the brown it's showing on. And actually the other stamp looked pretty cool on it too. Just something there.
That's okay, Gail. No problem. Um, well, are you going to use embossing powder or something with it?
No, I was just going to leave it just plain. It's just like a watermark.
Yeah.
Is what I wanted. But on the coffee dyed cardstock, it does not show enough to make it
Worth your trouble. Yeah, I can't see it at all.
Yeah. So I'll just have to choose. I'll just have to think about that and choose something different, maybe.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Santa Claus on the brown paper, and I do have 3 pages like that I can put him on. Just some little something on there, because I'm going to leave him kind of blank. At least that's my plan.
Hi, Nancy. I'm not sure if we've said hi to you or not. It's easy for me to forget.
Yeah,
Especially when I just streamed last night, and
Yeah.
I can't remember who I saw then and who I saw now.
It is for embossing, but it is also, they use it for embossing, but it is also to create a watermark, and not necessarily embossing. And that's really what I wanted, was more of a watermark, something that doesn't really show, is just barely there, and that's really what I wanted. So on the brown paper, it looks pretty good. Makes me happy, but on the other paper, it just doesn't look quite as good as I want. So I'll pull up a different ink and figure it out in a little while. But I'll do this Santa Claus in that. Yeah, it doesn't show at all on the coffee dyed. I can barely see it on the coffee dyed. So, I could emboss it and then it would probably show up more, but I don't really want to. I'm happy with that. I'll just use some brown. I just want to do some little bits of stamping on some different pieces, so that just little somethings. I still haven't colored the ones I stamped for on the book papers.
Hi, Susie.
Other pay attention to where I get these from.
It's hard to get coverage on this
On that.
plastic.
Hi, Susie. Okay.
Oh, that's cute. I like the book pages inside and
then
the
the
pockets.
pocket. I kind of thought it worked out pretty cute. So, the book pages were not big enough, so I just put them together with some scrapbook paper. Okay, these are actually sort of done. These need inkied. Now that book paper made that it went all the way through. I stamped it on one side and I got a ghost on the other side. So that's fine by me. I'm happy with that. So hi, Teresa. Teresa's going to see the doctor tomorrow about her eyes. Teresa, I wanted to tell you, I saw a video you had made and I couldn't comment. So I wanted you to know that I really liked your monsters. She had done a little flip of her monster tag book and I couldn't comment. But I do really like them. I thought they were really cool.
Yeah. I guess I missed that. I need to go find it. I don't like that it's not getting emails about people's videos because I missed some of them.
Yep. I
And
agree.
I
Okay.
mean, it was bad enough when they did send emails because I didn't get emails about everything, everybody that I was subscribed to. But I felt like I miss a lot more things now, even though I go looking and try to find things.
All right. When we stopped Tuesday, I was messing with this. Both of these are wrong. Well, I forgot to stitch here. I forgot to stitch there. Then I glued it and it just so here's the deal. I am going to go and do it again and show you my brain might function this time and try to do it again. We hope it'll work this time. What is down there? What is that? Oh, that's just a piece of paper. Okay. So I need like 6 pieces of paper. I hate the way this book tears apart. I really do. Ugh. I checked another video as well, Teresa, and both of the videos I tried to comment on, I could not place a comment. It was something to do with the settings. So
Yeah, you can turn comments off
yeah,
for your videos, so that may have somehow gotten turned off.
yep. It's Teresa C, Barbara.
What you see in chat, that's their YouTube name.
Yeah. You just can't go there anymore. And
yeah, which is a shame.
Yes.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm kind of lazy when I can be, and that was a nice lazy way to find new people to watch, was just to click on people in chat. And
right. I really liked that feature. I just don't understand why they. Yeah, you can't. Now there is a workaround. Mike told me what it was. I went to try to figure it out, and apparently it was one of those days when I can't figure anything out, so I didn't get it figured out. But there is a workaround it. I just don't know what it is. Okay. First off, you have to fold these two pieces of paper correctly. Okay, so that one is like that, right? Yeah, that one's like that.
In and dry.
What? You're gonna let it dry? Okay. Oh, she's gonna mute.
She's gonna mute. I tried to tell you.
Yes.
I'm gonna make you big so people can see this better.
Lovely's Crafting Lodge. I don't know that I have a name that if I was going to call you something. But welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and thanks for the yes, please. Thanks for the thumbs up. Why do I not have you on my list? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Mina. But is there a first name you'd like us to call you, Lovely? Or is Lovely what you would like us to call you? Okay, so now I'm going to fold both of these papers the same. I don't know what everybody else is getting into, but we're making a mess trying to make a Christmas journal. Okay, Mina. My typing skills are always bad. Jacqueline. Okay. Welcome, Jacqueline.
We're glad you're here, Jacqueline. I'm going to write it down because I don't have you on my list either.
Which makes me think I need you to send me any names that are not on that list that we might need to add. I did send you a copy, didn't I?
I have you sent me a first copy.
Okay.
But
and I maybe need to update it before we do that. Okay. Okay, so now they need to be narrower because I found that it was too wide. Yep. So I'm going to cut it, I think, just outside the type.
Oh, it's the nice list, Lovely.
Oh, yes, it is the nice list. And believe me, Santa Claus types it for us. So it's definitely nice. Although he doesn't look much like Santa Claus right now. He's round. Everybody that's seen him lately that didn't realize he had shaved his beard off was like, oh my gosh, you shaved your beard.
Hi, Tony. We're glad you're here. And
Hi, Tony.
somebody else came in, and I meant to say, oh, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. We're
Hi,
glad you're
Cheryl.
here too. And
I missed
Mina.
her. I missed Cheryl coming in, so sorry about that. Okay, so now I have two that are the same. Okay. Once I get it figured out, I'll explain what I'm doing. That's the problem, though, guys. It's that I have to figure it out. And last week it was not. It wasn't happening. Okay. So then we're gonna gotta do it the right way. There we go.
Ah, Mother Geekster Jackie is a Jacqueline too.
Oh, we just call her Jackie. Uh-huh. Jacqueline.
It is a beautiful name. I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
Like I said, once I figure this out, I will tell you what it is I'm doing. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to have to go turn the air conditioner down. It is 85 again out there today. And that silly storm that is out in the Gulf, it doesn't know which way it's going. But there's this giant cone. And of course, we're right in the middle of it. So, you know how that goes. All right. So now we're going to fold this backwards. We're going to fold.
She's figuring it out as you watch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm also figuring out how to explain it. I could have done it with, just done it, but I have to explain it, and explaining it is the hard part.
Yes. Okay.
All right. All right. I'll be right back.
We have crafternoon. I like that term. On
Wait,
Tuesdays and Thursdays,
mm,
Jacqueline. Um, excuse me. We have been trading weeks, but starting next Tuesday, we're going to do it Tuesdays on Tanya's channel and Thursdays on my channel. So you're welcome to come every Tuesday and Thursday if you want.
well, and Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah, Sunday afternoons at noon Central Time on Tanya's channel, and Monday night at 6 p.m. Central Time on my channel. So we're around quite a bit. Well, since she's still figuring things out, I'm going to show you. I did get this
Oh, yeah.
painted on both sides. And now I'm going to put some copper around the edges, and then I'm going to let it sit and dry because it's still real tacky. But I got to find my copper. When you're ready to explain, I will go make you big again.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Okay. Let me glue this one down, and then I can explain. You need your crafting buds. Well, we're glad you need us.
We need y'all too.
Mm-hmm. We do. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little of that right there. And I don't know if y'all can hear that chainsaw. We've been listening to it for about a week now.
Oh, goodness. I can't
Well,
hear it, but I know what it's like to listen to one.
the tree is, it's a water oak and it was huge. I mean, it really, it took out a Florida room. It went between two houses and hit the third one. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay. So now I know what I'm going to do.
All right. Just a second. Let me get you, make you big.
All right. Um, Actually, I can glue this just a little bit more. The problem was last time that, my brain wasn't really functioning. I didn't sew it where it needed to be sewed because, after a certain point. But I wanted all of the words to be right side up. So it is now all the words are right side up. And I have this little envelope that I can glue on, probably will glue on as a pocket and an envelope that you can tuck something in. And then this one will hold it shut, but it's also another pocket. So what we need is we need 2 pieces of book paper. And here's where the tricky part comes. Hi, Candy. And I don't know if I said hello to Tony. Hello, Tony. The tricky part is that you take the top of the piece of paper and fold it down like that. Okay. Um, for some unknown reason, I don't know why that was tricky last time, but it was. All right. So we do that to both pieces. You fold the top to the back kind of thing. That's what you got to do. Then I needed to trim it off to fit on my page. So I just took it off where the words are, just outside the words. But you want to do them both at the same time so that they're the same. Needless to say, I didn't measure. I just did. But you want them both the same. So that was another thing I didn't do right the other day. Okay.
Teresa said she thinks she fixed the comments.
Oh, good. All right. Okay, so now I have this piece, and I'm going to reinforce this edge, but at the same time, it's open down here. So I took my lovely little washi tape and I folded it like that. And in a minute, I will go sew that piece. Yeah. All right. Then, to make this little envelope flappy thing, which I'm actually going to sew around that. So even though it's folded in, it just makes it a sturdier flap. What I did was, it's folded the way, oops, needs to be folded like this. You need to be able to read it. Okay, so then I just folded this down and I just used a line of type to fold it down to. Okay, so I'm going to fold it down to the same line over here. Now here's where the thing gets more tricky, is if you fold these back the other direction right now, they will fold inside easier. Is the deal. If everybody has got the same folds on them, okay. Then I fold it this way. Okay, so I can still read it. And then I can push these in. Okay, why are they not pushing in? I just did this. Okay, there we go.
They're just not pushing in because they're rebellious.
Well, that, and I'm trying to show somebody how I did it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now when I fold this down, I can still read that, and these are tucked in. So I'm going to go sew across the top right there and across right there, and then I'll show you the rest. So can you go back to yourself for a minute?
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, I've got some different images here of things that are going to be my focal points, and I've got some little Christmas stamps and some quotes and scriptures. So those are my things that are going to be, showing mainly on the pages. Um, this is the real outside cover. It's not going to be in this order. Well, maybe it will be if I turn it over like this. Okay, just a second. Okay. Let's do that. Make sure we got this going the right direction. I just wanted to show y'all kind of um, what's going to be like. And this one needs to go. Well, good grief, why does that always look up? I guess because he's sleeping like that. Okay. It's going to be sort of like this so that you can see all the different heights of things, except this needs to go in the middle. And these are going to be my pages. Maybe like that. I don't know. I'll figure out exactly how it's going to go. But this one will be inside it too. And I've put the paint on it and then put copper around it. And so this has to sit and dry some more before I can sew everything together. And then I'm gonna make it like this. And then I'm gonna make a wrap to go around it to hold it all. I think I'm gonna make a wrap to go around it. We'll see what it looks like when I get finished. But this page, this is finished. Inside is not yet, but the outside is finished. This side will really be kind of like this, and it'll be shorter on this side. But this side is finished. But and then I've got this one finished. So I've got 3 pages that are finished, and everything else is not yet. So we're going to work on some of these other pages right now. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be nice. It's not going to be something that I will have tags and journaling cards and things like that. When a page is finished, it's finished. It'll have, most of them will have some words on them, a scripture or a quote or something. This one's not going to have, I don't think, any words on it because I think it just is pretty like it is. So anyway, that's kind of the state that it's in at the moment. So I'm going to move this one and this one and this one out of the way and work on one of these other pages. And I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
You ready to show now?
Yeah, I'm ready to show.
Okay.
Okay, so then because this one's going to be inside, I did go ahead and put a little glue just right here just to make sure that it doesn't cause any grief.
Let me answer a quick question before you get going on that.
Sure.
Jacqueline or Jackie?
Put it back, put yourself back up there so that she can see what you're talking about.
I have book covers the book boards from books. And like, that's what this is. It's from a small book, and I put a bigger spine on it so it could go around everything. And then I've got a piece of an old quilt, and I added some lace inside it, from off of a sheet, like the top part of an old sheet, and some trim, and that's a page. This is another book board, and I'm trying to make all the spines varied sizes so they'll fit inside each other well. And I decorated that one, but I haven't done anything else to it. This is a piece of wool felt, and then this is some upholstery fabric, so that's a page. This is another book board that I put some wallpaper samples on to make those pages. This is a piece of canvas, and I gessoed it and added copper on one side and left just the canvas on the other side. This is just a piece of like muslin fabric, and I just glued two of them together to make that one, and that's all I've done there. And then this is a piece out of a tablecloth. So basically, right now we've got all of these things, and then this one actually fits in here. And I'm wanting them to be, different levels so that they're not, so that you can see different things depending on where you're looking at it, so that it ends up looking kind of like that. So some are book covers and some are fabric. Okay, let me put that back over there to dry and move it back to Tanya. Thank you. I was just afraid by the time you got finished, I would forget I had a question to answer.
Well, that's it. And that's the thing. And I forgot to ink this again. So, I can't remember for anything lately. Okay, so now I'm going to give myself about 1/4 of an inch from the fold, and but it'll be easier for you to even see it. And so I'm going to glue this in just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this down and fold this up so that it's got about 1/4 of an inch overlap on my little tab so that it tucks in there and stays tucked in there. And now I'm going to glue this piece down right here. And it doesn't have to be glued perfect because I'm going to sew all the way around that before it's all over. But ta-da! And now this will tuck into there, just like that. And the writing is all right side up. That was the deal. Writing is all right side up. And it'll probably need a little cluster on it or some such thing as that. But I haven't gotten those pieces really ready yet. So, okay, those have to be stitched. So we're putting things in the stitched pile. Okay, we can both be on now.
Okay.
Jackie says that's very cool. And yes, Sherry, so some are book boards and or covers, and some are fabrics.
I just wanted to have a variety of types of pages to work on.
Right. And did you put this into a
playlist?
A playlist.
Yes, I have a playlist.
Okay.
This video is not in the playlist yet.
No, because
I'm trying to think. There should be
just one other. No, two.
Yeah, there's two. There's the one we did last Tuesday on your channel, and then the one we did the Thursday before that when we started. Anyway, okay. They're both in the playlist, and it's Christmas journal. I think it's Christmas Journal with Tanya. I think's
Mhm.
what the playlist is called. Let me go look to be sure.
Okay, and mine doesn't have a playlist yet because my brain cells have not been working very well lately, but I will try to get it done. We try to make sure that both Lisa's and my videos are in both of our playlists so that you can find things rather than being um, so hard to find because since we switch channels back and forth, and that's another reason, guys, and for those of you who came in after we mentioned it, and I think I heard Lisa mention it too, we're going to start doing, I'm going to do Tuesdays, Lisa's channel on Thursdays. So that's starting next week. Lisa, we will be here on Lisa's channel on this Thursday. Um, it just is, it's just, we couldn't even remember last night whose channel it was supposed to be on today. So, it's getting hard for us.
Yeah, and the playlist is called "Making a Christmas Book with Tanya." I'm gonna see if I can get to the playlist and put a link in real quick.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. And I'm doing 3 of everything, guys, because I'm making 3 signatures. And I haven't shown it in a while, but
Okay, there you go.
this is the cover I am using for my journal. It was just a book. What book is it? It's called Leaves of Grass. Isn't that Walt Whitman? Don't I remember that it was Whitman? Yes, it's illustrated and photography of Whitman's America, Walt Whitman. And it was just a really pretty green. So that's what happened. Okay. Yes, Barbara, that'll be a heck of a lot easier to remember. I think so too. Thanks, Jackie. We just we talked about it, and it was just one of those things that'll just make life a whole lot easier. Um, so And you noticed I worried terribly that my stuff is straight. It's not. Oh, it's not gonna freak me out. Okay, what? Gotta have it the right side up. Yeah, okay. It was funny. We were talking about doing a Christmas book, and I was on my little trip, and I probably have another cover here somewhere that would have been all right. But I was on that little trip, and my friend took me to this what do you call it? Thrift store. That thrift store, and they had these books, and she saw my bug book, and she really is wanting to make a bug book. So they had the Reader's Digest, and all of these other books were right there in that pile, and so she ended up getting um, getting a Reader's Digest so that she could make a bug book. She was so cute. So I'm gonna ask her if she got it made yet or not, but she's been busy. So Sally, we had to leave, not Sally, but Etta, we had to leave because Etta was coming and going to get us, and so we left and came down here, and it got them worse than it got us. So it was just as well we had come home, but at the same time, they were kind of busy. Thrift store, aka gold mine. There you go. We're all being scheduled, challenged. Aha! Yeah, I'm very schedulally challenged. We had things this today, one right after another. We've been going since early, and the poor guy from the tree place, he got here early, and we weren't here. We were back in plenty of time for our original time frame, but we got this call and message when we got home, and it was like he's on site, and it's like, no, it's not. So we're calling trying to find him. He said, well, you weren't here, so I went and got myself a some lunch. It's like, okay, as long as you're okay with that, we're good. Okay, so
Yeah.
this, we're gonna put this little bit of glue in there. We keep having tree guys come, and everyone gives us a better price. We don't know when to. We're not sure when we're going to stop, but I think we're stopping with this one. Well, I've told you about my camphor tree, right?
Your camper
Every
what?
It's a camphor tree, like camphor oil.
Camphor. Yes. Yes.
Camphor, yeah. And it's huge. It's very, very old. People they all go, oh my, I've never seen a tree that kind of tree that old before, etc., etc. And we're like, yeah. And anyways, he knew what it was, and um, he said he's only seen one, and he's not sure whether ours is bigger or theirs is bigger, but that's as big as ours, and it probably as old as ours. And unfortunately, these trees prune themselves, branches break out of them and stuff.
Sorry.
That's okay. Anyways, he suggested we do some TLC for the tree to keep it alive, to keep it
Yeah.
healthy. And all the work we really, really have to have done, plus that tree, is still less than the first guy wanted.
So are
So
you gonna let this guy do it?
I think so. We're just gonna check them out on, Better Business Bureau stuff
Yeah.
before he does that. But yeah, I think so. And I think we'll probably go ahead and get this tree dealt with at the same time. We got another one he says really should come down, and I don't want to lose it. But he said it's going to come down one way or another. And he's probably right.
Yeah. I
So,
remember when our big hackberry tree had to come down. I just cried.
well, this other one is what they call a water oak, and I'm afraid it is showing some. He says it's bad when a tree looks like it's alive and it's dead in the middle.
Yes. Which is what happened to our hackberry tree.
Yeah. So, okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to go sew this little piece.
Okay.
And then I'll have my three little thingies done.
I probably should zoom in a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing. And I can't zoom in with the camera. I'm going to have to zoom in manually. So let's see if we can do it. Okay. Hey, that worked. I did I did tear my little quote. It's a Helen Steiner Rice quote, and it says, "Peace on earth will come to stay when we live Christmas every day." So that's the quote I'm going to put on this page. And this is my kind of collage, if I can find my camera, and that I'm going to put on this page. And now I've got to decide, do I put my collage down here and my quote up here? Or do I move the collage up some and put the quote down here? I think that's what I like.
Of course, I ran out of bobbin thread, so I'm just going to set this up here and I'll glue it together later. Y'all know I'm making an envelope. So I'm just not going to take the time to wind a bobbin and do all that right now. I just wanted to do this little bit, but so I'll fix that later. I'm making a pile of my sewing that I have to do.
Oh, that's wise. Then you'll remember what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have an ink pile, a sew pile, and a finished pile. Sort of finished. Sort of.
Sort of.
Sort of. Yes. And so now I have these 3 pages like this that are, that's papery weight. This is cardstocky weight. And this one's cardstocky weight.
When you're using this art glitter glue on fabric, you have to put more glue on it than you do when it's just going on paper. Um, just a hint, because it soaks into the fabric. Okay, and now then we've got this piece.
And Jacqueline, Lisa and I have vowed sort of to stay out of the thrift stores. However, Lisa, I have to go back to the estate sale because the same estate sale is going on again this weekend, and they finally opened the sheds up. So
Yeah, you have to go back.
I have to
That's
go back.
okay. One more. You can handle one more.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to put a pocket or something on these.
Teresa, Barbara's asked you a question. She wants to know if your channel's the one with all the dirt bike videos. She wants to make sure she's on the right channel.
Teresa's having trouble seeing, Barbara, just so you know. She's having a bad time seeing the chat.
Hi, Janet. We're so glad you're here.
Yes, ma'am. We're very glad you're here. Okay, I have 3 more little strips of cardstock here, I think. Or is it cardstock or is one of those paper? Oh, one of them's paper. Okay, so I have. I wanted to use my little odds and ends as I went this time so that I don't end up with a big old pile in my scrap bin. So
I'm trying to do the same thing because we know we already have a bunch in that bin that we're going to use next year. So
right. And that's what I did with, I just took these and made little tabs and stuff like that. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue to do is that kind
I
of
just
stuff.
set mine over here to know I can use it for something else. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
Oh, thank you, Tony. I hadn't noticed it either. My channel has a hummingbird and she's going to try to get you a link. Barbara's looking forward to the monster tags. There, Barbara found her. Oh, that's pretty, Lisa. What is the piece of thread stuffs?
It's just stuff
thread
I
knot?
pulled off of some fabric when I was ripping fabric for my leaf journal.
Yep.
So I just kept it.
Yes.
And since it was green, I decided this was the place to use it.
There you go. I like that. That's a good plan. All right. 1, 2. I have another piece. Where's my other piece? I know I do. Okay, 3. Okay. So now I need to make this into 3 pieces. How do I do that? That's not 12 inches, so I guess I need to measure. Why
I
do
was
I
going to
have to
say,
measure?
get your centering ruler out. You got on
Why
the.
do I
I
have
didn't use
to
mine.
measure? Centering ruler works for 4 pieces, but it doesn't work so well for 3. However, it's 9 inches long, so 3 inches will do it. And it doesn't have to be exact, but at the same time, Tanya has only 3 braid cells working, so you know.
Well, 3 seems to be enough. It's
Maybe,
working.
maybe we'll see. hmm
Okay, so there's that page.
Oh, that's pretty. And see, she was thinking she was going to be all through December getting these done, and here she is. I barely started, and she's just whipping them out. She's just, of course, she kind of had an idea what she wanted to do too. I
Yeah.
think.
I don't I mean, I have images that I want to use.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm limiting myself to these images, which makes it easier. And then I've got all kinds of stuff I can use to collage with. But most of my pages are just going to be collages with
Mm-hmm.
a background and some stuff and an image and a quote or a scripture. So that makes it easy when you know that's all you're going to do. So,
Mm-hmm. It does. I do have to agree with that. It does make it a little easier. Okay.
and I really like this one, but I would have to take out something important to get it on
Yeah,
here. Well,
to
I
get
guess
it on there
you could still see part of the,
of the cabin.
yeah, but I don't know if that's, I don't know. That one, I didn't trim it down. Most of the other things that I got out of Christmas cards, I went ahead and
And trim.
um, trimmed them down. Yeah. So that, um, oh, I like that one on there.
Are you sure, Teresa? I'm not sure. Oh, that's pretty. I like how it shows through there. You're
The
on.
gold piece I used on that last page was behind this.
Uh-huh. But I like how the wood shows through the
I do
whatever that
too.
vellum or whatever it is. Teresa, I wouldn't be so sure. But yeah, we have
Sure about what?
that I have that she has more that I have more brain cells than she has. I
Oh,
think that's what she means. Yeah, we still have 4 trees that we've got to get taken down from Sally, and then there's a branch hanging that's loose over from the camphor tree over our electrical cord, and all the tree guys are at least 2 to 3 months out. Right, all they did after Sally was just get trees off houses.
well, Darren went and bought a little chainsaw on a pole
Uh-huh. Yeah.
because after that ice, we just got stuff that needs to be done, and it's all over town. There are limbs down everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Um,
he decided he could use that and and do that, and
mhm.
then we just had the city come pick them up. So
Well, Jeff doesn't have a chainsaw on a pole. Jeff's dad, I think, has one of those. But we've had a chainsaw for a while because of being living in South Dakota.
yeah.
Um,
Well,
so
Darren had a little regular chainsaw, but that doesn't help you get stuff down out of the tree.
no, no, no.
We still got a lot of stuff in the tree. So, oh, I'm gonna have to do a pink page next because I got a lot of pretty pink um, Christmas stamps.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm trying to decide what else to put. I want to leave that behind it, so I don't want to cover, the rest of my collage. I don't want to be covering up the wood behind it. So I'm trying to add some stamps. Um,
Chainsaw on a pole sounds pretty medieval. Hi, Janice. Oh,
well, it definitely make you feel powerful. I saw the guy who came out to help Darren get the stuff out of the way so he could go to work because it all fell in the driveway.
fill in the driveway.
And he had this. It looked like. I mean, I can't show you here because I go outside but it looked like from the porch, and I'm sure it's longer than that, but it looked like the chainsaw itself was only like about 12 inches long. And then it was on this long pole. And it just looks really odd. But,
Yeah, I'm surprised if he came to cut a tree with that.
well, he came to cut up the branches so they could move them, the ones that
Mm,
had fallen down.
okay, all right. It was smaller stuff though.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest branch is probably about
Oh,
10
okay.
inches, 8 or 10 inches. And it came down already. They did cut off the part that was just left, attached to the tree that just looked bad. They did cut that off. But other than that, everything they did was cut stuff up. Oh, that looks good because it has the red from the background in it. That one's a United States Christmas stamp. This one's from Malta. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's pretty too. I want it to go on there. And then, where's this one from? I don't know. It's got a little pea in um, a maple leaf, I think, some kind of leaf with a little pea. Y'all can't see that, but anyway, down in the corner.
Hmm.
But it just says Christmas and Noel. It doesn't say, what country it's from. Um, so I'm
And
not
it
sure
has a
what that is.
P.
When I see a maple leaf like that, I think Canada, but I don't. But I don't know about that pea.
Well, I'm not sure, unless maybe that meant was for a postcard.
That's possible.
So it could be that it was for a postcard. Could be, could be.
Could be.
Okay.
Let's see what else I can put. Um, I am just kind of liking this, just with these two stamps and this. It's so simple.
Especially because it shows through.
Yeah.
Having it just something simple. And
I,
then
I
are you using do you have what do you call those things? Um um quotes. You've got quotes, right?
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to decide which.
Because then with a quote, I think it's perfect.
Okay. Let's.
Yeah, Teresa, I agree. Those little bitty dies can get very they can start weighing quite a bit. I have my dies in a box, and they are kind of, yeah, they got some attitude. Okay, so we're gonna put this back here. All right, but don't I need some? I want some fluffy stuff. I want some kind of fluffy stuff.
Fluffy stuff.
Yeah, either some lace or some.
Love fluffy stuff. I wonder if could put a little bit of fluffy stuff on this.
Oh yeah, some
Some
fluffy
lace would
stuff.
be a good addition to that.
The only problem is I'm gonna have to go to either the other side of the room or the other end of the house. So I'll be right back. Maybe
Okay.
I'll see if the tea fairy will give me some tea while I'm gone because I'm already 3/4 of the way out.
Yeah, the pine cone's cool, isn't it, Teresa?
Would you make me some tea?
Okay, let's find some. Sorry, I'm trying to decide on a quote to put on this page. It's funny because I'm looking not only for what it might say, but also for the size, the size it is, so it'll fit on there. I don't know what the Good Place show is, but Janet is our sweetheart, and she's really helps us out a bunch. She helps all the fibs out by putting links in for them. We really appreciate it.
What?
Um, Jacqueline said, Janet, you're kind of like Janet from the Good Place show, which I don't know what the Good Place show is, but I was just saying how much help she is to us and how much we appreciate it.
Okay. Next question is, did you take some Excedrin? Well, you better get it taken or something.
Okay. I like this quote. It's by
Okay.
Craig D.
Here,
Lounsborough, and I
yeah.
don't
Give
know
me
who
a
he
second
is, the
before I.
writer, but it says Christmas is God deciding to find people who didn't want to be found but could not afford not to be found. I like that one. So I think that's what I'm going to put on this page.
Did we say hello to Janet?
Yes,
Okay,
I
I
did.
hope so. I hope so. Oh, I can't remember anything.
Well, that's our Janet, Jacqueline. She's the helpful person on the show. She just appears and helps folks. That's her.
Mm,
Exactly. I just haven't ever seen that show. So,
okay. It was either carry the whole big box in here or just grab something in this bag. I thought I would look in this bag see if there was something else in it,
but you found some goodies to bring in.
oh yeah, I have enough goodies to last 16 lifetimes, but it's about whether or not the goodies are right for the
Yes.
project. And I think that we're gonna go with this because I'll stitch it on with red. I'll do a couple of lines of red thread up and down it.
Uh-huh. That'll be pretty. Thank you, Janet.
Hmm.
She's helpful not only when on here, but in the Facebook groups too.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, tell me what you think, Tanya. Is that too
Wait,
much
what's
adding that little crocheted piece and the
no? I like it just the way it is. I
okay,
like
me
the
too.
3 stamps, and the little crocheted piece works perfectly.
Okay, I think I'm gonna ink these things, of course.
Jackie's son wanted to play cars. I know that. I know that. That I want to play cars. Okay, so do I want this one or do I want this lighter one? I'm thinking maybe the lighter one. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. Yep.
I usually love sepia on everything, but I think this coffee goes well with the grain of this wood. So,
I was going to say sometimes that coffee is really, really nice. I have been liking the coffee too. So, all right. Yeah, I think that and then stitch it on with red. Yeah, that'll make me happy. Just some little bits of fluffy stuffs.
thanks, Teresa.
Yeah, they all are cuter when they're sleeping at that age. Uh-huh. Agreed. Agreed. Of course, mine didn't sleep at 4. Well, by about the time he was 4, we managed to get him to sleep. He didn't sleep until he was 4, but
I
okay.
thought I had it bad. Hannah was 2 before she would sleep more than an hour at a time, day or night. But Ethan was so easy. He took 2 naps every day until Hannah was born. And then he decided he was too big for naps. He was the big brother now.
He's a big brother. He doesn't need naps. Yes.
He
Uh-huh.
was 3. He still needed a nap, but he didn't want to take one. I was like, "Oh, I need you to take a nap, please. When she's asleep, I need you to be asleep too."
Yeah, yeah.
But no.
Well, Brandon would have never slept if we hadn't found out what he was allergic to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I
um,
think it was allergies for Hannah too. It was a those can be really, ooh, that's kind of pretty that way too, and it's not shiny.
ooh,
I think I like that better.
I do too because I like that it's not shiny.
Yeah. I'm glad I turned it over. Okay, let's ink this side.
Okay. Hi, Molly. Welcome, welcome.
Hi,
First
Molly.
one for the
We're
night.
glad
Only
you're
welcome
here.
for Brandon's milk. Some Brandon's allergies make him hyper. So that is that is the problem. And so he never slept. He would have never slept at all had we not figured that out.
Yeah. Well, Hannah was just miserable.
Yeah,
She just cried all the time. Um,
poor little thing.
it was awful. And people would ask, people ask the stupidest questions. Is she a good baby? I'm like,
Yep,
she's a
to her,
baby. Of course she's good.
all
She's not a
babies are.
bad baby. She's not an easy baby, but she's not bad.
Yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
just insulted me. When they asked that about Ethan, I could just say yes. It didn't even think about it. But with Hannah, I was like, well, I'm not going to say she's bad. She's not bad.
No, no. She's just a little more of a handful than the others, but
She's just miserable.
uh-huh.
It's like, am I a bad mom because I'm miserable? I can't sleep. Maybe. I would rather think I'm just miserable and can't sleep.
There you go. Oh, that's going to be so pretty with red stitching on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do like a couple of stitches of red down it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I like that. Mm-hmm. And then that'll be a pocket.
Well, this is one time when I'm really, really happy for double-sided tape.
Ah.
I
Mm-hmm.
know if I put glue on this, it would just buckle and be ugly.
Yep. Yep.
I almost put my double-sided tape on the wrong side. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Lisa's going. Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye. Thanks for
Glad you
coming.
could. Thanks you came in for coming in. Okay. I gotta have glasses to do this one. You know, there's that point. And I'm just gluing this on just a little bit so it stays there while I go to sew it. When I go to sew it. One of the things I've told y'all you can sew over glue is, but make sure it's dry when you go to sew over it. Do not sew over wet glue. And make sure whatever glue you use dries hard, not like tacky glue. You don't want to try to sew through that squashy stuff.
I got a teaser for everybody here. This little
Okay.
piece of lace
Yeah.
is from our Same Six Wednesday.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
This was what was left over. So you know there was more in there.
Yeah. And I had some left over too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, Beth.
Hello, Beth. We're glad you're here.
Oh, I like having a tea fairy. Okay. So I have these three pieces now that need to be used, and I think they're going to be big tabs because, you know.
Okay, I can't remember where I had if I had my stamp kind of over the words.
I think a little bit like that. Yeah. Well, I think your words were down just a little bit. So that yeah. Yeah. Then the stamp to the top wasn't it over the, not to the top, but the one on in the middle left, wasn't it over the lace a little bit?
No, I don't think it was, and it's too late
Okay.
now if it was because I already glued it
Because you
down.
already glued it down. Well, there you go. Then it's fine.
It
It's
would be cute
absolutely
if it was, but I don't
it's
think I had it
absolutely
that way.
it's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, Beth, I don't even know. I hadn't planned beyond making them. So, uh, I thought about, making them and giving them as gifts. I thought about, hanging one, um, in the house or in the studio, but I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do on the other three boards, just the one that I'm working on right at the moment. So, and if y'all don't know what she's talking about, I had a video come out this morning.
I was going to say, did it come up today? Because I didn't see it yet. So
Yeah, it was this morning, I think 10 o'clock this morning,
okay.
um, about a mixed media board that I'm working on. So, and there are four boards. I bought four of them at a thrift store for $1. So my substrate cost me $0.25. So
Ooh.
if I mess it up, see, it's not a terrible thing. Although I was using my precious papers on there, so I don't want to mess it up. Okay. I
Here comes.
really like that one.
I love it. I think it's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you, Janet. You're sweetie. Okay. And so, what now? I think I'm going to figure out something to do with this because this is going to be the hard one.
Okay. I think so, huh? I'll bet you it goes together just like, "Boop," and it's together. It'll be all done.
Be all done. Well,
Uh-huh.
it may go together just that quick because I may not be able to put much on it
Oh, mm-hmm.
because it's not very big,
Yeah.
and
I will
I
say
kind of,
that while I love this double inking thing,
yeah,
it sure takes a lot of time.
yeah. I think I may use that one. I'm thinking about it. I'm seeing if there's something else that would be better. This one, the picture is in such a way I can cut it down and make it smaller.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
Most of these postcards I can't do that with, and I'm going to need something small for this page. So,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I really like the double inking thing. It just takes time, which is fine. You know, what else am I gonna do?
there you go. Well, I'm sure you got lots of things you could be doing, but
Yeah,
are they more important than inking? I don't think so.
the bathroom needs cleaned again.
Oh, mine is
I
probably getting cleaned right now because that's Hannah's
oh,
job.
is that a kid thing? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Mhm. Okay, so I am going to put those onto this particular.
I can cut this one down too, I think, because I don't really want these words
Mm-hmm.
because I have other words I want to use. So I could trim it off here and then I could put my other words over this because I want to keep the book. So that one's a possibility.
You know, put it back down there again for a minute. Can I see it again? Okay. What if you came in just above the little leaves or whatever's on the right and actually fussy cut up and around the girls and then left the bottom?
I think that's a great idea.
It would show off more of your lace.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. This is why we art with friends.
Lisa, if you do 4 seasons, you might do a hard coat on top and use as a holiday trivet like in the center of a table. Do you use holiday trivet?
I
I'm
do not.
sorry. I'm sorry. I just
I wish I
I,
was that fancy, Beth. I wish
I'm
I was
gonna
that
say, Beth,
fancy.
I'm so sorry, but um, back when Brandon was little, I had Christmas dishes. I took them at Thanksgiving. I took all of the plates and stuff out of the cupboard and put the Christmas dishes where the regular plates were, and we used them for the whole season when he was little. When he got bigger, I got rid of the things. That's too much work. They get my everyday plates if they don't get paper. I feed them well. That's the only thing I can tell you.
Yeah. Well, our dining room table is actually being used right now as a space for my son to build his models. So
Yeah. So, mhm.
it has a another purpose rather than eating. We eat. Well, here I'm going to confess. We eat. We all eat at different times because Ethan mostly eats late in the evening or in the middle of the night because he's a night person. And Darren eats when he comes home from work, and I eat at lunchtime because if I wait till Darren comes home from work to eat, I get sick at my stomach and I get reflux and I can't sleep at night. So, um, and Hannah eats several times during the day. She's kind of a grazer. So that looks cute. Think I'm going to hold on to.
But for holidays, you'll go over to your mom's though too, won't
Yes, yes. For holidays, we go to mom's. That's
you? Yeah.
true. We do.
And I bet you she has a trivet on her table.
She does have a trivet. It's one that but it's got stuff all over it. It's
Mm-hmm.
she's got the salt and pepper and the napkins and the sweetener and all that stuff on top of her trivet. But it's one I made with alcohol inks. Like probably 5 years ago, I made it for her for Christmas.
Oh, how fun!
On my channel, that picture that comes up when you go to my channel,
Oh, mm-hmm. Yep.
that's it.
How fun!
I just took a picture of it, and I
Okay.
made several of those big trivets, and gave them as Christmas gifts along with some coasters that year. But mom's was done on glass, and but it has a white piece behind the glass, um, and a piece of insulation, something behind the glass, and so it really looks 3D. It's really cool, just because of the piece I put it on. Okay, we'll save that. Okay, I'm trying to think. I think it really needs something behind there a little bit.
I bought 3 new-to-me colors from Target this week, thanks to one of the YouTuber Jelly Play artists, Morning Mist, Elephant, and Spa.
What brand are those?
I was gonna say, yeah. What kind of is it? Paint, Barbara, or? Okay, those have stuffs on them.
Okay. Now I got to find some words to go with this one.
I guess I'm gonna have to put these on the floor because I'm starting to make a big old mess. Okay, and I know I have some more coffee dyed.
That's too big.
It's a Target brand, handmade, modern, about $3 for 2 ounces. That sounds pretty.
I don't need to see.
No,
I want to see. I want to see, but I don't need to see.
Yep.
Because I don't want to want.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. What do I like? think I like this one. Yep, yep, yep. Okay.
It's hard to decide. I need to cover up this little.
She's going to take a picture and post it. Sounds like a
Yeah,
plan.
sounds like a plan. We can all see.
Taco Tuesday, my poor husband's going to get um, leftover barbecue, I think. It came out of the freezer, so it's not really leftover. It was, I made it. Now it's ready to eat, that kind of thing. Okay, so how will these fit?
Needs red.
Oh, that will be perfect. I bet if I cut that into 4 pieces, it will be perfect. So let's see what we can do to cut it into 4 pieces.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Ooh, chili. That sounds yummy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use this carnation red.
Oh, the carnation red is the one I've been using. I really like it.
It is very
Bright.
bright.
Yes, it's very bright. But then if you put the coffee along the edge of it,
Ooh,
isn't it?
that's good. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well,
I
mine
haven't tried
says
that yet.
red. No, this is red geranium. I apologize.
Oh, red geranium. I like red geranium. It's darker. This is the one I think you don't have.
Okay.
The one that Barbara was talking about.
Yeah, I was going to show you. This is very interesting. It took forever for me to find. And the colors are so strange the way they've laid these colors out. Okay, so the Jet Black Plum Sepia Coffee set is an archival set where all the other sets I have are the Windy Vetchich sets. Hobby Lobby has the archival ones. Joann's has the Windy Vetch ones. Neither one has all of them,
Of
which
course.
is really weird.
Yeah, and I've got I was trying to see.
You got one with the sunflower in it, right?
Yes, and it's one of those windy ones. But I got it at Hobby Lobby.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got this one, the one with the sunflowers, the last one I got, and I found it at Hobby Lobby. The other two of the lighter ones, those came from Joann's.
Okay.
But I'm looking here, and the set that I have that has the library green,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
set doesn't have Wendy's name on it.
No,
And the
that's
set with
another
the black,
archival set.
yeah. Well, they all say archival,
Yes, they all say archival.
but hers are a design series, and the
Right.
other ones just say Ranger.
Mm-hmm. And she has another set of colors that's not on this chart. The thing of it is this aquamarine. I really like that color. There's some really pale colors in here.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just wondering if I really want that last set that you got that's got the really bright red in it. You said that's carnation red, and what I like really this geranium red.
Well, I got that set because of the yellow.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
it's the only set I found with the yellow.
Yeah.
I like this carnation red okay. I do like the darker reds better.
Yeah.
I'm just drawn to darker reds more.
And
But
you
it is
don't
a pretty
have
color.
you don't have the garden patina, do you?
Yes, I do. I
Okay,
think
so
it
it
came
must.
in the same set with this carnation red.
Ah, okay, that's where it came from. Okay.
Yeah. I haven't used it yet, except on my, let me find it.
Yeah, because this sap green and the viridian, those are both gorgeous colors too.
Yeah, and I like sap green. That's one of my favorite greens. But these are the ones that I've seen, and I've got them, and
Yeah.
now I've got 2 bins full, so I have to stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
what was I going to show you? Oh, the garden patina
yes.
is this one.
Well, see, I don't have the cobalt one yet, and I'm wondering if I really want it. Excuse me, I apologize. Because that whole set is very dark again.
It is. It's the darkest set, I think. And
Yeah.
but I really like those dark colors. So I'm
Yeah.
glad I got it, but I can understand it. That's the set Hannah wouldn't have wanted. We
Right.
all have our
Mhm.
own things we're drawn to.
Well, I'm just saying it's awful dark, and I'm wondering if I want to hunt for some lighter colors. Okay, so if this paper is 14 inches long, then 7 is half, right? Is that right?
Yep.
That looks about right. Okay. And 8.5 wide means 4 1/4, I think. Is that right? Is that
Well,
right?
I think you've chosen well. Although I like sepia um, better than coffee myself, but a black and a brown, I think, are the 2 most important colors to have.
Yes. And that plum color is really a pretty color. Now, that's another thing is that I will consider in the future getting a larger black pad, but I have my stays on ones. So,
Yeah.
okay, so that is going to work like so on here.
Okay. I'm thinking about just doing it like this,
Oh, that's precious.
but I'm wondering if I should add a stamp to that, or if that's enough by itself.
Well, you're covering up all your lace.
Well, there's no lace right there. It's just fabric.
Oh,
Um, See, most of the lace work is back here. There's no way to not cover it
Okay,
up.
turn your page over. No, upside down. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I liked it better the other way. Coffee was on clearance. Yeah, there you go. That's when I get a lot of things too. Okay, so let's see here. If we have 3 more pages, these are all 3 pages. No, we're not gonna be able. The only thing about coffee dye paper and then cutting it is that you can't cut 2 pages at a time. You have to cut it by itself, which is very.
I could do it like this, Tanya, and put it on this side.
I was just
But
trying to show off
it
more
shows
of
a
the
little
things.
more lace, but not a lot.
Yes, but then I wouldn't put the stamp up there, so that
Yeah.
a little bit of your lace shows.
Yeah. Well, I had already decided not to use the stamp or this Merry Christmas part. Just let it be
Mhm.
this.
But I kind of
So that's
like
what I'll
I
do.
kind of like it there because
That way the lace is kind of pointing at the children.
yeah,
Okay.
there you go. That answered that question. And I'm making little paper pads is what I'm doing. I'm making little itty bitty paper pads. Don't ask why. I have no idea.
Because they're fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hi, Crystal. We're glad you're here. Sorry, I just now noticed you.
No, hi, Crystal. Yeah, because I read Jacqueline's post and didn't see Crystal popping in. So if we've missed anybody else, hello, and we're glad you're here. That happens sometimes.
Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Come on now. Uh-oh. Phew. Next time, hold your hand on it. Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and do something on the back of this one.
Okay.
Since I'm here. And eventually it's going to have something done on the back of it. So
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to see if I can cut two pieces of paper at the same time. Surely I can cut two pieces of paper at the same time and keep them
I
straight.
don't know that one's going to get used at all because it's so big and I wouldn't want to take anything off of it. So.
Okay, so.
Okay, here it is. I think it probably is a slippery slope, Jacqueline, the digitals. I I think digitals are fun to use, in stuff, but I prefer working with, and this sounds terrible to say because I don't mean it to sound like digitals are not real, but I prefer to work with the real stuff. These are real, but they're still a copy. They're not the original card. They're still a more modern copy of that
Mm-hmm.
card. But I don't know. There's just something fun about working with the ephemera itself and not a digital of it. But I have some digitals I love, and it's you don't have to worry about tearing something up or messing up a digital because you can just go print out another one. But I prefer real book pages and real ledger pages, which means I'm very chinchy with my ledger pages because I only have a very few, and pretty much all the ones I have come to me in Happy Mail. So I'm very grateful for them and feel like I shouldn't be hoarding them, but um, I only have like 3 left, and so I'm being careful with them. One of them I did use on that mixed media board that Beth was talking about.
Oh, okay.
One of my pieces of ledger paper. And you were talking about how when you use the Mod Podge, how it disappears. I mean, the ink from underneath comes up.
Oh, mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, it definitely did that
Oh
on
dear.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that, but it's going to need some.
Hmm. Hmm.
something under it. Oh, oh, oh. Can't believe that I almost didn't think of this.
I want to do all three of these the same, and it means I'm going to have some really weird, um, kind of almost wasty stuff. Trying to figure out how to get it cut the right way.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this will be it. I cut it by, if I got 7.
I'm not sure which color will go better, but avocado dyed these papers, and the different papers came out a different color.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
And I think
Depends
this
on how
one
much
matches.
rag and stuff is in them.
Yeah. Should I just put it in the middle of that?
Oh, thanks to all of our enabling, she printed out a digital, and it's beautiful. So she's been hoarding it, Barbara says.
Yeah. I understand, Barbara. Sorry.
Yep. It is one of those things. Okay, so we're going to go. Four and a quarter. 4 1/4. Then we have to go 7. It's bad when you have a specific size you got to cut, and it's just kind of. I just made a whole bunch more scraps. I know how that goes.
It's all right. You can use them.
You promise. Yeah, I haven't done any real decorating yet. All I'm doing is just building the basics here.
Yeah, so you got plenty of time to use them.
Yeah. Okay, so now then, I have a question.
All righty.
Are you looking?
Yep, I'm looking.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple this little paper pad on here, like so. And then I'm going to put this little tabby thing over the top of it.
Right.
Sort of hide the staples. But I think I should round the corners, all 4 corners.
Of the pad?
Yeah, of the papers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, because your sides are all cut straight, right? They're not torn.
Yeah, they're not torn.
Yeah, I would round them. That'll add a little extra something. I think it'll be pretty.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. I think it needs to be rounded. And of course, I'm not going to ink all of those papers, but I'm going to ink this top one.
Yeah. Hi, Susan. We're glad you're here.
Susan. So you agree? You think I ought to round them?
I think so. I think it would look fine if you don't, but I think it'll just give that extra little something if you do.
Yeah. Okay. Susan says yes, round them. So, so it's official. We will round them, and I can corner chomp them with the chomper and do them all at the same time. So, of course, that piece got a little off. Let's see here if it's better. Yeah, if it's better that way. Beth says round them too. So, okay, it's. I think what we're going to do.
Nobody has said don't round them, so you're in good shape.
Right. I'm probably good shape. I think we're going to staple them, then round them, then ink this thing.
I think since you mentioned rounding, I'm going to round the corners on this one too, because I wasn't liking it all squared off. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to, use my tear ruler, but I've torn this, so I didn't really want to do that. So this is the answer. See?
Okay, well, she's saying, Lisa, Susan says, do you think tearing your edges would be nice behind the old world Santa?
Well,
But,
that was my first inclination, but since he's torn, I thought it would be good to do something different.
uh-huh.
So I don't know.
And she's going to ink it. So,
Yeah, I'm going to ink it.
it's interesting how that pink is the same as his pink bag.
I know. It's just perfect.
You've been watching and saying this to me, but you reckon I can't hear you. No, we can't hear a thing you're saying. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Janet says round is always better.
Okay, round is always better. There we go, Janet.
So if
There
you're
you
ever
go.
in doubt,
Okay,
now
when
you
in
know.
doubt, just round them. Okay.
Okay, I like that. Um, but I wanted to put.
Okay.
I thought I wanted to add some stamps, maybe just behind my scripture or whatever I use up there. Okay, I'm going to use this one. It says, "Christmas, my child, is love in action." That's Dale Evans Rogers who said that.
Oh, I like that one.
And that's kind of what I've always thought about Santa Claus. He's, it's just showing love, and so
Mm-hmm.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think Jeff's gonna very much miss this year.
Oh, I bet. I hate that he has to, because that's sad.
Yeah.
I start saying it's sad for all the little kids too, and it is. But my kids were never that excited to see Santa Claus.
Oh, mine wasn't either. Oh, absolutely refused.
Um,
Um,
the only
but
time they've ever had to sit on Santa's lap is at Darren's Christmas parties, his office Christmas parties. Because
hmm
but they were willing to do it because
they
to
knew
get
they were getting presents, right?
oh, which is funny.
Oh,
But
that,
and they
read Susan's comment before you.
oh, what if you roll the edges like an old scroll? This is a heavier cardstock.
Yeah, it's not gonna roll. I don't
I don't
think.
think it'll roll easy. Um, that is a cool idea, though. I love it.
Do you have a different piece of paper you could use back there?
Yeah, but I don't think it's this color.
It's not the right color.
It's the other pink. But let me look and see, because I have a bunch of different avocado dyed paper. So surely there's one somewhere that.
Oh, don't call me Shirley. Come on, get in there. Yeah, all you gotta go in there at the same time. There you go.
Okay, I don't know if this is pretty similar.
There we go. I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna be full now. The only thing I do not like about this jumper is getting the junk out of it. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't want to come out. And then you shake it, and then it ends up on the floor instead in the trash can.
Well, the only time Hannah actually screamed and cried was when she was about a year and a half old. That she really screamed and cried in that picture. But the one before that, she was just a few months old, and so she was sound asleep. She didn't even actually have to get into Santa. I wish that I had handed her to him and let him hold her and took a picture, because then we would have had one for every year until she was about 14, which would have been fun. But
She was a good daughter. She let you do it that long.
Well,
Certainly.
Darren, see, it would be different probably if it was just the kids, but Darren has to go up there and sit in Santa Claus's lap to get his Christmas bonus too. So,
Oh, Oh, I
So it's just what
see.
everybody, all the employees and their children, the kids get a gift and the employees get a little bonus. But they quit
Uh-huh.
going to the parties now. Ethan and Hannah have, and I doubt they'll even have one this year.
Oh yeah, probably not.
But they were ready to stop that when they started getting um the gifts, because she only has a certain amount of money, because there's
Oh
like
yeah.
kids that come to this party
Yeah.
and maybe more. So she can only spend a certain amount of money. When the gifts started being stuff the kids didn't care about anymore, then they stopped caring about going. And
Yep.
the truth is, there were more and more people going every year because the company
Mm-hmm.
got bigger, and the stress of all those people in that room and the noise of it
Oh,
broke of
yeah.
my anti anxiety. My kids both deal with social anxiety, and that was something that was hard for them. They were not really wanting to do that, so they went a year longer than they really wanted to. Okay, so do I don't know. I'm trying to figure out now how to roll this. Um, I may have made it too short to do that because there's the longer one. Okay.
Okay. I would get a pencil or a barbecue skewer or something and roll it around it.
And we're going to roll it towards
Yeah.
me,
Roll
right?
it, yeah, yeah, or turn it upside down and roll it away from you if it makes it easier to roll it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want it to roll up from the lace. So yeah.
Getting that first thing.
Yes. And the first one is going to be hard.
Susan says one day a neighbor lady calls and says, "Come get your daughter. She's telling Brittany there's no Santa." So about 5 seconds later, Amanda comes in and says, "What about the bunny
Easter bunny.
and the
Oh,
tooth
there you.
fairy?"
Oh dear.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Easter bunny toothpick six. Uh-huh. Yep. Well, that was
My
another thing.
kids, knew fairly young that
I
Santa was us, but then Polar Express came out,
mhm.
and they start saying, "Oh, we believe there's a Santa, Mom."
Yeah, oh yes, of course. Yep, 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 yep. Uh-huh.
I was
Yep.
like, "You're not gonna stop getting gifts if you." Anyway, I told him, well, since Santa is kindness and love and joy and sharing and giving, there is a Santa, and
Yep.
it's real. So they were able to deal with that.
Mine
Okay,
was very young. Uh-huh. Oh, I like that. I do.
I'm gonna.
What do you like it?
I do. I just know it's probably going to get crushed, but I think it's cute.
Okay, so if you don't want it crushed,
Polar
have you got
Express makes
have
you
you got
question everything. Yeah.
yeah, have you got a couple of barbecue skewers?
Well, I've got these.
All right. Can you break one and put it inside and glue it inside each one of those spirals?
Ooh, that's an idea.
She was on a mission. Every kid in the neighborhood should know. Oh dear. Oh, oh,
Yeah, I had to tell my kids, your cousins are coming for Christmas, and you cannot say anything
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
because we don't need to deal with that.
Oh,
Okay, I think I need to cut it rather than break it.
probably. Because if you break it, it's going to
Splinter.
splinter. Yeah. And now cutting it, uh, you probably could cut it with your don't you have a box cutter out there?
Well, do I want it to stick out like its handles, or do I just want it to keep this from?
I would just put it in there to keep it from
Yeah, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, but you still don't want it to splinter because you don't want it to poke through everything.
Yeah, well, I don't think it'll splinter that badly. We'll see.
Okay. But you could probably take your X-Acto knife and roll it on your mat and cut it that way.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine like this.
Okay.
So,
All right. But that will keep it from crushing down, and then you'll have
Susan, I told my kids just not to say anything. I didn't tell them to lie. I just told them not to say anything.
yeah, but
We still had to have that talk about, that there really was a Saint Nicholas, and this that the idea of Santa Claus is giving and sharing and all of that, but they asked me, I didn't come out and say,
yeah,
oh, I've decided this year you're old enough to know. They
yeah.
they
Oh
asked
yeah.
me, and I told them all of that stuff.
Mine actually told me, "Mother, you do know." That's what it said. Mother, you do know. He still says that to me. Mother, you do know.
He knows you're smart enough to know.
Mother, you do know.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because I said so. That's
Oh yeah, that doesn't work.
no. It might work for why you don't say something, but it doesn't work
Yes. Yeah.
for other answers. It works for why the dishes have to be done right now. It works for
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Well, there's that.
Oh, that is adorable. Such a great idea, Susan.
It was a great idea. So now I've got to ink it.
Yes, you
I think
better
I'm gonna, because this has plum in it, I'm gonna ink everything in plum.
in plum. Oh, that will be pretty.
I think it will go well. Oh, there it is. It's already out. See?
Jacqueline said you could put liquid pearls or a bead on each end.
Oh, that's a cute idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't. I was gonna say, oh, I meant to ink that too. Then I realized I hadn't put it down yet. So
Okay.
because I really wanted to ink this up.
Okay.
There.
My poor coffee one is starting to look like my black stays-on pad with all its little threads hanging out.
Yeah. Well, I've had to give my sepia one and my plum one both haircuts.
Haircuts. Oh dear.
This one needs a little bit more, but it's not bad enough yet that it gets in my way. When they start getting in my way, then I could give them a haircut.
Okay. So. Yeah. Now, am I going to put that on the inside or the back side? I think I'll put it on this back side. Like so. All right. Now, the thing of it is this does not go all the way out.
Is there ever a good balance of crafting and life? That is a difficult question. And I think everybody has to find that what's balance for them.
Mm-hmm.
And at different times in my life, there's been no crafting because there wasn't time because of what was going on, homeschooling the kids and that kind of thing. When they were young, there was a lot of crafting because I built it into school. But then they got older and there wasn't time for it. And then they got older than that, and I could add it back in just for me. And of course, they're both pretty creative, so I always had art as part of their curriculum, uh,
Mm-hmm.
or some kind of something creative. My son did drafting and um, things like that. So there was always something built in. But
Well, and Brandon learned to sew. He started using my machine. I don't know. He wasn't 2 yet. He would sit on my lap and play with my machine and sew with it. And by the time he was 3, I had a box underneath the table and the foot control turned upside down, and he was making stitches. And I have a little tiny vest that he made himself. It was just a piece of sort of like a canvas, and then he just stitched all kinds of fun stitches all over it. Mom, come change a thread. I need a different color.
oh, how fun!
Um, and then we got a spool of variegated thread so that he could have variegated thread, and that way that made him a lot happier because the there was more colors kind of in it.
Right.
So, but my machine had, you push the button and it makes different stitches. So, I had this pattern for this vest and it was just laid out flat, and he stitched all over this thing. And then when it was all done, we had to sew the shoulders up, and um, he wore it very proudly for several years. And of course, Miss Margie and all of Miss Margie's helpers just thought that was the coolest thing that he could sew. And um, that is where I taught a lot of sewing classes at Margie's.
Yeah.
Mom and I still go there for some
There are
support.
seasons, um, Jacqueline. There are seasons, and some of them you don't get as much crafting as would be good for you, or you have to find a time to do it that you can just dedicate a little bit of time to it. That's your own time. Um,
Yep.
Look at these cute stamps. They're from Denmark. Aren't they cute?
Oh, those are adorable.
I love those. I'm trying to
Yeah.
decide.
If you give kids something to paint on, man, Brandon loved paint. Now, I don't know about Lisa's kids, but my kid hated to color. I don't like to color. I never liked to color. I never liked crayons. Brandon hated crayons as much as I did. So, you know, that is it's
Mine
kind of
wanted to
weird.
draw. They neither one really liked coloring.
Yep. Hmm.
I liked coloring when I was a kid, but I never thought I could draw because the teacher told me I couldn't. I
Oh,
wasn't
well,
good at
you had a
that.
bad
But
teacher.
my kids, they never heard that, and so they just assumed they could draw, and they can.
Hmm. Yep.
So, okay, I've got these three.
Wait
Uh,
1 second. I can't look just for a second. There we go. Okay,
okay,
now I can
I'm
look.
just trying to decide if that's too many. Um,
I kind of think so.
I'm
Take the one on
I
the
had
right.
it first, just like
Okay.
this,
All right.
and I think that's how I like it best. But
I like it best that way too. Bye, Jacqueline.
bye, Jacqueline. Thanks for coming.
We hope to see you again. Yep, I like that. I like that best too.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to sew on this side and I'm going to sew on this side. And then I will put I will just glue these, and that will cover up the staples on the other side.
Yeah.
But it'll have my little bits of stitching on it too. And I'll probably put some kind of little cluster or something on my little notepad, but that's what the little notepad's going to look like. And there's a cute little uh, designed coffee dyed paper under there. So that's that one. And what I'm going to do with those. Don't know what else I'm going to do, but that's that much so far. Um, but now I have all of this. And I thought I had some other pieces. Oh, I used them. Okay, that's good. I used those.
My mother sewed too, Susan, but she sewed for necessity. She didn't sew crafty things. My grandmother's quilted. Well, one of my grandmothers and my great grandmothers both quilted. Um, but my mother sewed clothes, and my dad was very short, so she had to alter all of his suits to wear to work and to church, and he wore suits, 6 days a week. So she she sewed clothes for me to wear, and so that sewing was the thing that she did, but she didn't do it necessarily for fun. um and
I
she cooked
started to
a
sew at
lot.
4.
Do what?
I learned to sew at 4 on the sewing machine. Um, but I sewed an apron or something like that at 4, and then after that was whatever I
Whatever you
had
wanted
that needed
to
to
sew.
get, I mean, I sewed clothes just as much as I sewed anything else, because if I needed clothes, I needed to help to try to make them. So,
Yeah.
all right. Thanks. I like the little notepads too, Teresa. I really like little notepads in there. So this is definitely not all of it, but I need to make some little pockety things. Like I need a corner pocket. So I'm thinking maybe on these, I like to put the pockets on the heavier stuff is the deal. Right now we'll put, oh yeah, we'll put those up there for right now because they're pretty close. So what do I have that I want to put some corner, make some corner pockets? That's not very heavy. This one's nice and heavy, but it's also, I don't need the coffee dyed paper. I could get out a new one that's white. I could. Mm-hmm. Okay.
When I was 4 until I was about 10 or 12, mom kind of we kind of had a boarding house a little bit. There were 4 or 5 guys who came up to go to preaching school, and they lived in our basement, and mom fed them. And so she, did that. And then, so that took up a lot of her time making enough food for those guys to eat because they were
I
all,
think
you
so.
know, 19, 20-year-old guys. And
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yep.
between that and watching over my grandparents and, everything, she didn't have time for hobbies. I don't think, I think cooking was her hobby. She would sing while she cooked. I don't hear her sing when she cooks now, but she used to sing when she cooked. That was always a happy sound to come home to when I came home from school.
I
Okay,
would think so. I would think that'd be a wonderful sound to come home to.
so
Okay.
there's those 2 pages.
I have a big old mess on the floor now.
And I'm kind of having fun with this. So I'm just going to keep going on this little piece right here,
Okay,
because I think
well,
it'll be one that'll be harder to work on inside the book when I put the
oh
book
yeah,
together.
I think so. It's like my great aunt teaching me how to use her wringer washer. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, I'm going to tell you what. The day I sewed through my thumb, my 3-year-old told me I was going to have to get a new sewing machine because it was obviously broke. Okay, here I will show you what I had done. My sewing machine took 3 stitches through my thumb, and
Oh
when
my
it
goodness.
stopped, the needle was down and in my thumb. I mean, it went straight through the nail and through the other side. Okay, so here's this needle stuck in my thumb. Okay, I can't get it off the sewing machine. Now, I always just finger tighten my needles in because too often a screwdriver causes too much trouble, and it will cause more trouble to your sewing machine if you over tighten that needle in. So I usually only finger tighten it. Usually I can unfinger. Okay, I couldn't get it off. So I had to call my 3-year-old from the living room and say, "Will you please come and help Mama?" Because I could not reach where the screwdriver was.
Oh no.
So he comes in and he looks at what I've done, and it's through the thumb, and I'm going to have to get it out with pliers later. Um, so he has to give me that. He goes, "Mama, what's going on?" And I said, "Well, honey, the needle went through Mama's thumb." And he's going, "Does it hurt?" I'm like, "Well, a little bit. It'll hurt more when I get it out."
Yeah.
Laugh, kind of laughing at me. He says, "Well, I think you need to get a new sewing machine because it's broke." So I'm like, "That's broke, all right." So,
Obviously, only a bad sewing machine would do that to you.
right, all right. This was my own bloody fault too. That's the thing. What's really funny is I had been sewing for like 4 hours with no presser foot or anything on there. It was not that caused the trouble. It was when I went to rethread the sewing machine. I was changing the thread. I went to rethread it and ran it through my finger.
Oh goodness. Okay. Teresa. Oh, Susan.
It will make things very flat.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. It will grab you in places you know you did not have. Yes, that's true. Oh, that's funny. Okay. What do I want to do here? What?
oh, no, I did. Okay.
For some reason, none of these are all really dark. And it's like, okay, I have to have something to go on all. I want to use the same piece on all 3 of these to make a corner pocket, right?
Uh huh.
So I'm like, okay, but well, that would work. I've used that in another page.
Susan wants to know how you can sew without a presser foot. You just don't put it in there.
Oh, honey, I sew all the time without a presser foot. It's free motion. It doesn't feed the machine. It doesn't feed through the machine. You have to feed it. And I used to do a lot of free motion quilting and all kinds of things like that. The biggest thing is that when you do free motion work, you absolutely have to put that little lever that the presser foot is supposed to be on down. Um, Now I do also have special presser foots that don't squash down on the fabric. They're designed for free motion work. Um, that day, why was no presser foot on at all? I can't remember what I was doing, but the presser foot had gotten in my way, so I just took it off. So that was, it's just one of those things. What do you think about that one on all 3 of these?
Oh, I think that's pretty.
Okay, because I'm just going to
Very
make corner.
wintry.
Yeah, I'm going to make corner pockets, and then it'll probably get some kind of what do I want to call it? Decoration over top of it. Oh, and it can't pull you through, so you can't pull it through. You can't pull it through. Yeah, Teresa, I can see that. All right, let's see here. We want 3 little corner pockets on this. But we might need to tear the edge on the angle. I have to think about that. Okay. Susan, you might want to look up like free motion sewing or something like that. Like I said, I have presser feet that don't push down. Um, free motion quilting, something like that. That will give you kind of an answer to the question you're asking. Um, this is how wide. Mary asked me to do a tutorial on that, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. I still do a lot of free motion stuff, even though I don't sew very much anymore. If I'm mending blue jeans, and that may be why I didn't have no, because I was working on a project for work. That is so pretty. Um, but I very, very often don't use a presser foot when I am mending blue jeans.
Trying to decide what color ink I want to use.
I think it's fun that you're using all the different colors.
I'm trying to. I'm wondering about this watering can.
Um, Susan, I have probably 60 or 70 attachments for my sewing machine. I have a circle attachment. I have those 1/4 inch seams. I have one that'll turn an eighth, a quarter, and a 1/2 inch seam. Hem. Um, and so, and it's thick by itself. But yeah, it's about being able to move it. That's really the big thing. What are you asking me, Lisa? Because I was reading
Oh,
Susan's.
I wasn't necessarily asking. I was just trying to decide. But I
Okay.
think I've decided to use this tea rose just because there's a little bit of that color in the boat and in the windows, and I think that'll kind of pull it out.
Okay, and you looked at that tea rose on your thing, right? Okay,
Yeah.
because that tea rose was a very different color than I expected it to be.
Well, and it may be different on these papers too than it is on this paper. You know, that's one
Right.
thing that happens, but we're gonna go for it.
You're going to go for it. Well, that's what matters. Okay. Hmm.
And it is very uh, much brighter on this paper.
Yeah, it's very different than what you expect. Um,
And I'm kind of committed now, so
well, yeah, that happens. Yeah. I thought when I saw that Teresa when she did that, it was a really good idea because you never know what it's going to do. Okay. We're going to try this, and if we don't like it, then we'll just.
I think that's actually gonna look nice. I'm gonna let it dry a minute though, because that on that painting, it's still real wet.
Oh, mm-hmm.
It's 4:35.
I know you didn't realize that.
No, last time I looked up, it was 3:45.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like that with it torn like that. Now my now the thing it is, I'm going to ink it. It'll be red again, but I think it'll still be kind of
I think it'll be nice.
yeah. I kind of like it. And so now I have to be able to tear them all that way.
Well, they don't
Yeah.
have to be exact.
No, but I want them to be kind of close. Just have similar. And this fly, he was bothering me last night, and he is still bothering me. I'm gonna have to get the fly man in here and have him fix this fly's little attitude.
So it's the tea guy pulled tea fairy pulled double duty.
Yes, the tea fairy pulls double duty. Jeffrey can kill a fly on the table. I mean, I am not kidding. With his hand. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, I'm happy with these. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, it actually can sometimes slap them together between his hands in the air. He says
I've done that
fly.
before, but I didn't think it would work, and so it was quite a shock when it did.
Yeah, he says flies fly a specific path. They always fly at an angle. So he believes that he can get them, and he's pretty good at it. Okay, I really like those. I like them. So that makes me happy. Yep, yep.
It makes me happy just looking at them.
Yep.
Warm flannel shirt and an old cabin sounds wonderful.
Mhm. Yep. Especially if I ink
I
them
would
and
love
look
to spend
good.
my Christmas like that.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this one back here while I'm on a roll with this one.
Is Susan starving her kitty again? Oh dear. Teresa says time flies when you're having fun.
Yes, it does.
Mhm. I don't know what are we going to do with our pretty papers we made last night.
I don't know. I'm sure we'll find something.
Mhm. Okay. I'm going to have to order a re-inker for this red geranium because I'm pretty sure by the time I finish this project, this poor little ink pad's going to be.
Yeah, that's one reason I'm trying to use a bunch of different colors because
Yeah.
I don't want to buy any more. Do you have a black re-inker for the archival?
Yes, I did order one. Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I was going to order one,
Uh-huh.
and it said it was $9.44 or something like that on Amazon, and then I clicked on another one and I could get three for $12.99.
Oh my goodness.
So I did. So
Aha. So when I need a second re-inker, I will call you and buy
that's
that one.
right, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Um I ordered right away. I ordered the black, the sepia, and the coffee. I did not order the plum, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to. But I figured I would just order them based on which colors I used, a lot
Yeah. I
after the,
ordered plum and leaf green,
yeah,
and I already had, well, I ran out of black, so I had to order some more of it, and I already had a sepia.
yeah.
But I knew the plum and the leaf green were my two favorite. I mean, fern
Ah,
green, fern green and plum. Besides sepia and black, those were my two favorite ones. So that's why I went ahead and ordered those. Um, and I'm just going to try to use all the others
a
spread
little
around
at
the
a
love, so I maybe
time.
don't have to order any more for a while.
Yeah. Well, I decided I wanted to have this one all have the red edges. So that's what I did. And oh, I'm going to have to ink those a little better before I glue these on. Okay. I really do like this double inking thing. It, it just kind of makes the edges pop even more. Inking was so pretty, and now this double edging thing is just really making me love it. However, I am chewing up these little pad things on these two colors where I've been inking and inking and inking.
Yeah.
You can't time flies take off at different Oh, you can't time flies. They take off at different intervals. Yeah, okay. Nice. True, Susie. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's true. And I cannot believe how dark it gets. It's just getting so dark so fast. So, oh, that's pretty. Will that finish all four of your spreads?
Of this on all
Yeah,
4 pages on this. Yeah.
on that one. Okay. Now then, I did find that when I was doing the edges of the cardstock and stuff, that just using the pad was a little easier.
Yeah. I agree.
Um, for the second one, I wanted the red to travel in further, and the pad did not. It didn't do it very well. So, but that's why my pad has hairs. Barbara's cat's being a teenager. Is basically what it sounds like. You have a teenage cat, Barbara. That's what it is. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Our company has a puppy. They know exactly what it is. It's a mix. Um, and he's not a puppy. He's a grown up dog. And I think I've told you that dogs make me very uncomfortable. So when they were getting ready to come, she said, "Well, we have Trooper with us. Is that going to be okay?" And I said, "Of course it'll be okay." She's always been very conscious of the fact that, I'm not the most comfortable person around dogs. And like I told her, it's my unfounded fear or whatever. It's not the poor dog. He's a good dog. I said, but the only problem is we have a dog Jeff doesn't trust behind us, and our back fence is down. So we can't just let Trooper go. because normally we would have been able to just, let him run all over and just do what he wanted to do. She said, well, that's okay because they live in the RV. He never gets to just run all over and do whatever he wants. But that silly puppy, she would put the leash thing, the stretchy leash that goes out down with him like 30 or 40 feet of leash. And it was like he was attached. He never would go past it. It was just, it was so funny. He was a silly dog. Oh, raccoons and possums. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt but what the cat knows that raccoons and possums have been there. Cat we had our when we were in South Dakota would chase anything like that away. I was always afraid that he would get into it with a coon or a possum. It always made me really nervous. Okay. Now I can glue those on.
I really like this stamp of this. It's from Australia, and it's like of a choir, people singing Christmas carols, I guess, really Christmas
Mm-hmm.
carolers. And I really like it with this,
Mm-hmm.
but trying to find a place to put my words is,
It's not happening, huh?
well, I could put them like that, and that seems to be, unless I do it like this.
No. How much do you have into the middle of that page? Do you have a little room? Could you put your words further down? Bring it down, 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 down. There you go. No, a little bit higher. Yeah, like and put it off towards the right.
Yeah, because this is going to be in the center.
Yeah, I like that a little better. And then push your stamp a little further to the left, closer to the candle. There you go. How does that look?
I like it. I hadn't thought about I hadn't thought about that I could go this far in.
Yeah,
And that's kind of what I was wanting to do, but I wasn't thinking about being able to go this far in. But I truly can because this is the center page. So,
yeah.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa has put up all sorts of little links.
Yay. I don't know exactly what the links are, but
Well,
I'm
my
glad they're.
Facebook group and my channel and your Facebook group and
Thank you, Teresa.
Lisa's channel, just in general, because if somebody popped in.
Yeah.
So,
Because this is a center page, I think I'm going to go ahead and ink everything in this same plum. I don't really want to do that, though.
I don't think you need to. What are you going to use?
Well, I'm going to try the yellow
Ooh,
because
that'll be pretty.
it's a candle.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it's going to work on the pink background paper, but we're going to do it anyway.
There you go. I don't know what they must still be cutting on that big log that they were cutting on. We thought at first they were only going to cut it off the man's house, but maybe they're working on it a little further. And I'm going to have to go pretty soon.
Yeah. I figured you would, and that's fine. We can go whenever you want to.
Well, it's 10 minutes to 5 already.
Yep.
Oh,
My husband's gonna have to be at work till about 7 tonight. So
oh no. End of the year stuff.
no, he's they have a shareholders meeting at 6,
Mm, okay.
and it's not worth it to come home and go back.
Nope, it is not.
All right, what do you think?
Oh, that's pretty, Lisa. Yep.
Okay.
I think today of everything I made, I like these this little paper pads the best. I do like my little pockets.
Yeah, I like those pockets too, and I like your torn pockets,
Yeah, I like my
your
little
flannel
envelopes.
pockets.
Envelopes. So I'm
Yeah,
probably going to put those. I'm going to stitch around them, and then I'm probably going to put them on something that you know. Maybe I'll put them on this. Might be cute to put them on because they're going to be an envelope that is then tucked in, and they're going to be stitched around. Yeah, that may be what I put them on right there. Because that would be cute. And then it's got a pocket inside. Yep, yep. I might do
did
that.
you ink the top?
I'm going to ink. I'm going to ink them. I haven't inked. I set things aside and didn't ink because.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll definitely show up better once I've inked it.
Yeah,
See, yeah. Um, but rather than just spending my whole more afternoon inking on camera, because that's probably what's going to happen. Is I can watch YouTube videos like your masterboard video and ink all this stuff and maybe get it done before next Thursday, maybe before Thursday. Ha! I doubt that. I doubt I'll get it done before Thursday.
just realized I didn't glue this in.
That probably won't happen. That is true, Susan. Um, oh, but that tree. This is the back behind us. That's Jeff is in. Actually, Jeff said he's got a headache today, and that's the first one he's had in about 3 months. That new medicine that we got him is really working. It's just cost a fortune, which makes me think I gotta make him get an appointment. He's been so busy with all the trees and all that mess that we've got to call an electrician, and we've got there's a bunch of odds and ends of things we're going to have somebody come for, which is yeah, I like those. And I probably will put some little Christmassy thing. I have some Christmassy things. Where did they go? I cut them out. I'll probably be making some little collages like that, and then maybe that with all of these little odds and ends of pieces that I've got cut out so far. I did get that.
Yeah.
I did get these cut out before we ever started. So I'll get that done eventually, but not right now.
Here, I'm going to make you big and you can show what you did.
Okay. cut it down. Let's see. It didn't do very much. That is for sure. Um, I did a little stamping. I stamped just a little bit of stuff on that one. I put the little watermark stamp on that one. I got these pockets on. I'm going to stitch around them, so they're just glued on, and they'll have to dry before stitching. Um, these are the little tabs that go on my paper pad, which I'm going to stitch across both pieces, and then I'll glue it on to the paper pad. So I've got to do that. I made the little pockets, which I want to stitch all the way around them. So I'll do that. And then this is going to be another pocket. So I want to stitch up and down on that just a little bit. So I've got 3 of them somewhere. This is the third one. I put some little tabs on, and I'm going to stitch on those. Like this one has the little tab. I just scribble stitch on it kind of. There's the other one that needs to have its little fluffies. I must have done something to this. Oh, I glued this pocket on because it hadn't been stitched until earlier, so I've got to stitch around it. We may have to do something over here just because you can't write on this paper very well. You can write on this side, but you can't write on that side. So the things you can't write on will probably get something done. So that's all I got done, which was not very much. Okay, make yourself big.
Okay, well, I was just going to show kind of what it looks like now. And I still can make this.
Okay, for some reason you're out of focus. There you go. I think yeah, there you go. It's better.
Okay, good. Okay, so today I did this page and this page, and then I finished painting this board, so it's ready to go now.
I like it way better with the cream rather than the white.
Yeah, me too. And then I did these 2. Well, this one and these 2 and this one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically kind of how my book's going to look, I think.
It's looking awesome. It's really cool.
So I will probably add some more lace places to fill out, make it fluffier, not as hard looking.
Yeah, I think it needs more fluffies.
Yeah. But anyway,
but that can be put on later.
Yes, it can. I need to take that back out and let it finish drying before I do anything else. So
thank you, Susan, because I agree with you. We both do totally different things, but they all come out different. So
and that's what makes it, I think, so much fun working together.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's one of the reasons why it is fun. It's because when you do something, and this was really an open-ended assignment kind of thing. We both wanted to do Christmas books, but we didn't necessarily have any plan to start with. Sometimes what we're doing is the same technique or whatever, and this time we did not do that. We just said Christmas book. So that was part of it. So, but yeah, I think they're looking pretty good, Barbara.
I think so too. I like it when we do the same technique but use our own style. But I like doing this too because it we just said Christmas book, so we're completely free to do whatever we want. And when we're bound in by the technique, or we saw this video, it was our inspiration, so we're going to go with that, then we don't have as much freedom. So
right. Well, and like last night, neither one of us really liked the technique that well, so we went our own ways and got some really cool stuff.
And I'm glad we felt like we had the freedom to do that. We didn't feel like we were stuck doing what the technique says,
Yeah. So. Well, if it's not fun, it's time to put it away.
Yeah,
That's the way it is. So
I agree. Anyway, thank you all for coming,
bye
and we'll see
guys.
you
We'll see you
Thursday at
Thursday
2 o'clock.
here on Lisa's channel.
Bye bye. God bless you all.
Bye bye.